Hello everyone, I am Divya, your math facilitator. In this session, we shall learn the exercise problems of exercise 14.1 of your statistics chapter of class 10. So I have discussed the concepts of this chapter very clearly in the concept video. If you are just watching it, then please do watch the concept video also, wherein I explain the different methods of finding out mean, three different methods, and also when to use which method, and the shortcut to remember the formula for the different methods of mean. So I discussed all of that in the concept video, so you can watch it. So if you're not able to find the link for the concept video, I'll just put it up here, okay, up in the I button. You can click it and watch. Otherwise, you can also join Math Facilitator Telegram channel. It's a completely free channel. So there also I'll post today. I'll post the link of this particular concept video. Right. So let's begin. So before entering into the actual session, let me just quickly revise whatever we have learned in the concept video. Okay. So we have learned that mean of grouped data. Now, what is group data and group data also we have learned earlier. Okay, so it's a very quick revision now what we are doing here. So, mean of a group data you can find using three methods, right? So, the three methods are nothing but number one, direct method. We are finding mean by direct method. Number two, we are finding mean by, one second, we are finding mean by deviation method. Okay, and number three, we are finding mean by step deviation method. Okay, so these were the different methods which we have discussed, and let's quickly revise the formulae and the tabular form of these three methods. So in direct method, what did we actually do in direct method? Grouped data means you're given class interval, you're giving frequency. Okay, this is what is given in the question. So you are finding class mark. Class mark is nothing but the average of both the lower boundary and upper boundary. You will have a lower boundary, you will have a upper boundary. So class mark is nothing but the average of these two. Okay, lower boundary plus upper boundary divided by 2 gives you the class mark, and we denoted this class mark by xi. Okay, so you will find this, and then simply this you are taking it as fi frequency and you will multiply fi xi. This is a simple table which we are following for direct method. So these two are given in the question. Okay, and the class mark you will find out it is nothing but the average of both the class intervals, and then that you are denoting by xi and you are just multiplying fi xi. These two columns you will get fi xi, and once you get all the values you will add all the sigma fi xi, and here also you will add all the frequency. And the formula for mean using direct method is sigma fi xi, this last column divided by the sum of frequencies. Okay, so let's proceed. Now in deviation method, what do we do is we take a assumed mean. Okay, so here also class interval is given to you, frequency is given to you, frequency denoted by xi. Class mark you find out, which is nothing but xi, and after finding the class mark, out of the class mark values you will just choose one value. Okay, you just choose one value. Usually it is the middle value which we are choosing out of the given values, and you choose this value as this a is nothing but you are choosing it as assumed mean. Okay, so you don't know what is the original mean, you are just assuming that this might be the mean. Okay, and you are choosing that value. Now after choosing this value, what you are going to do is you will just subtract. Okay, you are going to subtract this value, this assumed mean, this particular value from each of the xi. That means I am finding the deviation. You're just finding the deviation. That means you're just subtracting and see how much is this mean deviated from each of the class mark. Okay, so how much is it less or how much is it more from the class mark? How much is it deviating from my class mark, right? So that is nothing but xi minus a we are finding. Okay, so from each xi you're subtracting a, and finally what do? You multiply these two, you multiply FIDI. Okay, so one extra step we are doing, finding deviation, and then we multiply FIDI. In the previous one, class mark is the last step, we multiplied FIXI. Here FIDI. Now after multiplying, you will find sigma FIDI. Okay, and here sigma FI also you will find. Now mean is nothing but sigma FIDI. Have a look here. sigma fi di, okay, this last value divided by sigma fi. The same way, this last value divided by sigma fi, but here you have subtracted this assumed mean from each of the class mark. So to balance it, what are we doing is we will add it. So this is the formula for mean. Okay, and more clearly we have discussed in the concept video, repeating again, right? So step deviation method, you'll have class mark, you'll have frequency given in the question. This is nothing but fi. You will find class mark, class interval is given, frequency is given, class mark you will find xi. After finding this, you will find the deviation. How are we finding the deviation? Deviation you can denote it as di. How are we finding it? From these you will assume a mean and you will subtract this assumed mean from each class mark. Now after this you will find from these di values, you will find there is some common factor. Okay, so h is that common factor which you will find from these deviations. So what you are going to do is you will find the next deviation. Okay, it is called step deviation. So one deviation you already found here. Now we are finding the next deviation. Okay, this is the first deviation column. Now second deviation column we are going to find. How? So you are going to take xi minus a, this value, this column value, which is nothing but we are going to take this di value, you are going to divide by h. Okay, as I told you, it's going to be a common factor. So we are going to divide it by h. So you will get some values. Now again the last column is this fi ui you will find and you will add. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. So here, yes. So these two you are going to, one second. These two you are going to multiply. Okay, so in each method one step extra we are doing. So I am revising everything so that you can also revise finally. Okay, now mean, how are we going to find? This color is not visible. This color, yeah, better. Now mean, how will we find? Again, this last column sigma fi ui divided by this column sigma fi. Okay, and what are we doing next? We are subtracting a, so you will also add a, and then for this entire thing, okay, for this entire thing we shall multiply h. And give me 1 second. For this thing, okay, for this thing you are multiplying h. The same formula you can also write as given in the textbook. You can write a first. So a plus sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi into h. So this is the formula which is given in your textbook also. Clear? Yes. So since you are dividing by h here, in final you will multiply by h. That's it. So these are the three different methods, and let's proceed to the questions now. So here's the very first question of your exercise 14.1. Now, a survey was conducted by a group of students as a part of their environmental awareness program, in which they collected the following data. So, some data is given here in the form of a grouped data. Whenever you see class intervals, here you see 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. These are class intervals. Okay, so you are seeing class intervals. So, it is nothing but a grouped data. You are grouping the data in class intervals, right? And also, it is a continuous class interval 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. That means it is continuous. There is no break here, right? So it is continuous class interval. So now you can apply any of the three methods. Now let's see how can we do. You need to find the mean of the given plants. Okay, mean of the number of plants per house, right? And the total number of plants are given as 20. Total number of plants are nothing but total. One second, in which they have collected the following data regarding the number of plants in 20 houses. Total number of houses is given. Okay, so that means see here. This, if you take it as frequency, total frequency is given as 20. Okay, that means sigma f is given as 20. Clear till here, everyone? Okay, so let us proceed now. As I told you, how many columns will you draw? Firstly, class interval I am going to take, and I am going to take frequency. Class interval is 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and 12 to 14. This is the class interval. Frequency is 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 2, 3. And also, so when are we going to use step deviation? When will we use the deviation method? When will we use direct method? All these I will be explaining as I teach you the problems. Okay, so don't worry. So this is class interval. This is frequency. Now what is the next step I told you? You will find the class mark. So xi you will find. Class mark is nothing but the average of these two. Okay, lower boundary and upper boundary. So 0 plus 2 divided by 2 gives you how much? 2 by 2 it is 1. So here it is 1. Next, average of these 2 and 4. So 2 plus 4 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So here it is 3. Now I'll tell you one tip. Instead of every time doing this to find the class mark, tell me what is the class length. This tip I already gave in concept video, but just repeating for the new students. So 0 to 2 class length is 2. Isn't it? 0 to 2 class length is 2. So once you get one class mark, you can simply add 2 to this. You will get the next class mark. Did you see? 3 is the next class mark. Simply adding 2 you're getting. If you calculate also, you'll get the same answer. So without calculating and wasting time, let's simply add 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. If you want, you can check. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Right? Now 5 plus 2 is 7. This is 9, 11 and 13. So this is how you can get your class mark. Now once you get your class mark, now you have three options with you. Either to use direct method or step deviation, or direct or deviation or step deviation. Now it all depends on you, unless and until mentioned in the question. If in the question they are asking you to find the mean using direct method, you should do only direct method. If in the question, now for example in this question there is nothing mentioned, they did not tell you which method you have to use. They just asked you find the mean. So it is your wish, you can use any method. Now here the choice is yours. So what you will do is, whichever method is easy for you, you will use that method, right or wrong, because choice is yours, right? So whenever the calculations are simple, you will go for direct method. Okay, so here you can see the calculations are simple, so we can go for direct method. Direct method, what is the next step? You will multiply fi and xi. So fi xi, just multiply and see how much are you getting. 1 into 1, you will get a 1 here. Okay, and 3 2s are 6, 5, this is 7, 5s are 35. So multiplying each of this. Okay, so this is 45. What did I write? It is 54. 6 9s are 54. And this is 22. And 13 3s are 39. So simple number. So directly we are using direct method. Okay. So if you're doing it directly, it is called direct method. Okay. Simple numbers are there. So I'm just multiplying it. So 1 into 1, 1, 2 3s are 6, 1 5s are 5, 6 7s are 35, 6 9s are 54, 2 11s are 22, 3 13s are 39. Now what is the next step I told you? You will add all this. So simply add all this. You will have, say, 6 plus. Now write all of them in order. So that will make your addition easy for you. Now see beta. 6 plus 4 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. So 10 plus 10, 20. 9 plus 1 is 10 again. So 20 plus 10 is 30. And you have 2. So 32. Okay. Now again, 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 13, 16. So 162 is sigma fi xi. So let me write it here. So sigma fi xi, you got it as 162. Okay, so this is sigma fi xi. And what is sigma fi here? Just now I told you sigma f, it is given as 20. Total number of houses are 20. Otherwise, you can also add 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus. So you can add, you will get 20. Okay, so sigma fi is nothing but 20. Now mean formula using direct method is sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. So it is 162 divided by 20. So you can write 2 10s are 2 8s are 16, 2 1s are 2. So 81 divided by 10 is nothing but 8.1. So the mean is 8.1. So any doubts in this? I hope it is super clear for you. So let's proceed to the next question. Question number 2. Actually, before going to the next question, let me give you a very important announcement. Here I am going to take free classes on Unacademy for this entire week. Okay, so here is a schedule of all the free classes which I am taking on Unacademy for this week. Okay, so you can join these free classes. So the first class is on August 11th. Timing is 5:15. Now one more class you have on August 13th. Timing is 5:15 again. One class at August 15th. The timing is 11 a.m. So you can join all these free classes by just using the code DMM. Okay, Divya Ma'am Max. This is the code you can use and join the free classes. So in these free classes, I'll be giving you a lot of practice. As you can see here, trigonometric ratios we are going to study on August 11th. Again, trigonometry, the remaining part I'll be helping you to learn in August 13, and August 15 we will be learning coordinate geometry. So you'll have a lot of poll questions also wherein you can answer. You'll have leaderboards. The top learners will receive certificates. So a lot more fun is going to happen along with lot of study. right? So do join these free classes. The link for the free classes I'll provide you in the description box. So you can just click on the description box. You'll find the links of each of these free classes. Just click on that link and you'll find a enroll button, green color enroll button. Okay, do click on this button so that even if you forget, an academy will send you a notification, right? So you can get, remember once you get the notification and join the class, right? And it's a completely free class. You can happily join and learn a lot from this class. The code you're going to use to join this free class is DMM. After clicking on this enroll button, it will ask you a code. The code is DMM. Okay, so do join the free class. I'll be waiting for you, right? So 3 special free classes you have. And I'm expecting a good number. We shall have polling session. Do share with all your friends so that the polling session will be super amazing and super interesting. Chalo, then let's move on to the next question. Here is the next question. Consider the following distribution of wages of 50 workers. So number of workers is nothing but frequency. So how many are there? Total 50 workers. So this is nothing but sigma Fi, isn't it? Total 50 workers are there. And you need to find the mean daily wage of the workers using appropriate method. So whichever method you like, you can use that method. So let us take now. Firstly, class interval is given. This is the class interval and this is the frequency. This is class interval frequency. Frequency you are going to take and then you will find class mark. Till here it is same for all the 3 methods. So let me write. It is 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350. One tip is don't break your table. Don't write it in next page. The full table should be in the single page so that you can do it neatly and correctly. Okay, so this is the class interval. It is continuous. Now let's write the frequency. It is 12, 14, 8, 6 and 10. Now let us find the class mark. So to find the class mark, it is nothing but 200 plus 250. 200 plus 250 divided by 2. So 450 divided by 2. How much are you getting? 2 2s are 2 2s are 5s are. So 225 we will get. Now what is the tip I gave you? So you will add the class length to this. So class length is 200 to 250. Class length is 50. So adding 50 to this, you will get the next one. So it will be 275. If you want, we can check. So the next one is 250 plus 300. How much will you get? 250 plus 300, 550. Divided by 2, so 2 2s are 2 7s are 5s are 275. Yes, the same answer. So instead of calculating here, you can directly add class length. So adding 50, you get 275. Again adding 50, you get 325. Again adding 50, you get 375, and here you'll get 425. If you see the numbers, class mark, okay, if you want to use direct method, if the numbers are small like this 1 3 5 7, all these are class mark, they're small numbers, so we have used direct method. But here in this question, the numbers are super big. 225 into 12, 275 into 14, the calculations become very big. So what are we going to do in this method is, I will use a step deviation method or I will use deviation method. Okay, so let us see which method to use. Again, they said appropriate method, it is your wish. So firstly, since the numbers are big, I don't want to use direct method because I have to calculate a lot. So I will use deviation method. Deviation method, firstly you have to assume a mean. So you will take the middle value 1 2 1 2. See, this is the middle value, you take it as A. Okay, so you find deviation is nothing but xi minus A. In this case, xi is 225. So 225 minus 325, how much will you get, beta? You will get minus 100. See here, 225 minus 325, you will get minus 100. So you have to always subtract xi minus a. Even if xi is small, but still you have to subtract xi minus a. It's చిన్నగా ఉంది కదా, 325 minus 225 చేయొద్దు. Assume mean xi లోంచి తీసేయాలి. Okay. Now 275 minus 325 is minus 50. 325 minus 325, 0. 375 minus, see here, xi is 375 in this case. 375 minus 325 is 50 and ikkada 100 is. Okay, so this is my di. So if I want, I can clearly see 150 multiples of 10. Multiplication is easy, isn't it? So you can use step deviation method. So if you are using step deviation directly, you will multiply fi di. So here ends the story. You can multiply fi di and the story ends. But if you want to use step deviation method, so here common factor చూడండి, 10 is a common factor. Okay, so you can take the h value as 10. and you can divide and you can find step deviation method. So then ui is equal to xi minus a divided by h. H is what? H is 10. See here, 10 is a common factor, right? So I can take 10. So if I'm dividing by 10, this will be minus 10. This will be minus 5, 0, 5, 10. ఇంకా చిన్నగా numbers. Now you can multiply. So ఇక్కడ క్యాప్ వేస్తున్నారంటే డీవియేషన్ మెథడ్, ఇంకా ప్రొసీడ్ అవుతున్నారు ఇక్కడికి అంటే స్టెప్ డీవియేషన్. Choice is yours. If you can multiply this, you can do step deviation or you can do deviation, FIDI కనుక్కోండి. If you want to be simplified even further, you can take step deviation. ఇందులో కామన్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఏంటి చూస్తారు, 10 is a common factor, so I'm dividing entire thing by 10. Okay, h value was 10. Now last you will find FIUI. What is FIUI? Just multiply. 12 into 10 is minus 120. You have a minus sign, don't forget. 12 into minus 10 is minus 120. 14 into 5. 14 into 5. Okay, 14 into 5. So it is 70. Okay, and minus on this, so minus 70. And 8 into 0 is 0. 6 5s are 30. 10 10s are 100. So now last step is you will find sigma FIUI. So what is the answer you are getting? Have a look and tell me. So what is the final answer you are getting? This is 70 you will get. Okay. So it's right. ఈ రెండు కలిపితే 120 minus 70. Okay, how much are you getting? 120 minus 70, 190 you will get. Minus 190 and ఇక్కడ ఎంత వస్తుంది? 130. So minus 190, 130 అంటే ఇక్కడ ఎంత వస్తుంది? Minus 60. And this is sigma fi. They gave you in the question 50. So your mean formula. See here, h is 10. Assumed mean, how much did you take? It is 325. Okay, and your mean formula is sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi a plus into h. Okay, a enta 325 plus sigma fi ui enta minus 60 divided by this is 50. Sigma fi ante multiplied by h enta 10. So 1010 cancel. So ikkada em migulutundi chudandi, 325 minus 6 divided by 5. Okay, 6 into 1 into 6 is 6 divided by 5. Now what you will do is firstly 6 divided by 5 value enta kanukkodi. So 325 minus 6 divided by 5 1.2 వస్తుంది అనుకుంటా. So right, 1.2 వస్తుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు చూడండి 325 minus 1.2 చేస్తే మీకు ఎంత వస్తుంది వాల్యూ? 323. అవునా? 323.8 సంథింగ్ ఇలా వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చెక్ చేసుకోండి. ఇది minus 60 కదా, ఇక్కడ 50, రైట్? సో minus 60 upon 50 into h's we have taken it as 10. సో ఇక్కడ క్యాన్సిల్ చేస్తే minus 6 upon 5, రైట్? సో 325 minus 1.2 అంటే 323.8 వచ్చింది. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చెక్ చేయండి, రైట్? సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రొసీజర్ మీకు అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటున్నా అందరికీ. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఓన్లీ ప్రొసీజర్ విచ్ వీ డూ, రైట్? సో అన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇలాగే చేస్తాం. సో ఐ విల్ మీట్ యూ ఆల్ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్. ఓకే, సో ఈ ఆన్సర్ ఒకసారి మాత్రం చెక్ చేయండి, రైట్? సో రైట్, సో ఐ మీట్ యూ ఆల్ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ విత్ ద నెక్స్ట్ మోడల్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. ఇందులో ఏంటంటే మిస్సింగ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ కనుక్కోవాలి, ఇది నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ లో డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ లైక్ ద వీడియో, ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ అండర్స్టూడ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, డోంట్ ఫర్గెట్ టు subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll meet you all in the next class. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye, take care.